24 for the Street Buddha, 7 years the elder at 31 for Flashbang Tim Rogers. Height goes to Dom Marfan alongside a 12 centimetre reach advantage. We saw Blair Bretag put that reach to good use against Nick Kepu previously. Can the Street Buddha do the same here tonight?
And then when you hear that Street Buddha's predicting a doctor's stoppage here tonight, you know that you're in for something special too, Big T.
We've seen it before. Can we see it again? No doubt Harry Webb and Dave Martinez will have their eyes on this one alongside the rest of the country.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight will be contested over 3 5-minute rounds in the eternal lightweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 70.4 kilograms and trains under Anthony Bino and Craig Icky out of Trinity MMA and CardioFlex MMA. Boasting an undefeated perfect professional record, 4 wins, 0 losses. Fighting out of Adelaide, Australia. Make some noise for Tim Flashbang Rogers. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 70.8 kilograms and trains under Steve Compton out of Team Compton Training Centre. Boasting a professional record, 4 wins, 2 losses. Fighting out of Brisbane, Australia. This is the Street Buddha, Dom Marfan. And when our action begins, our referee in charge, Thomas Churchill.
Absolutely no questions as to who the crowd is behind tonight. Dom Marfan.
Round one, let's go.
And Tim Rogers set to mix it up in Eternals lightweight division MCT with Matt Williams. Thank you once again to proper number 12, Irish Whiskey. Here comes Tim Rogers.
Yeah, Tim Rogers can be really chaotic. He creates chaos in there, and that's dangerous. That's dangerous, especially with the power of Tim Rogers at 4-0. Hands down real low for Tim Rogers, switching stance. Shifts in with the left hand. Not a lot of power on it, just measuring at the moment. Dom Marfan, his striking's improved so much over the years, and we know the caliber of his grappling. He took the former champion, Quillan Salkill, down and pinned him down for almost the entire first round, just a whisker away. Quillan has only kryptonite in his career. Looking to restore the balance tonight is the Street Buddha. Tim Rogers steps in with some big hard punches though. And now, when Dom Marfan's wheeled up against the fence, front headlock, knees up to the chin of Tim Rogers.
Beautiful bodywork for Rogers there as he finds an entry, shrugs off the Street Buddha, center cage now for the 31-year-old, undefeated professional, but it's Street Buddha that has a hold of him now and up against the cage.
And driving in hard, he looked away on those arms of Tim Rogers, draw him into the fight, and reduce some of that chaos that Tim's been creating out in open space. Tim doing well just to frame on the hips of the Street Buddha, just denying him the opportunity to close that gap. There's some good knees up the middle from Tim Rogers. Underhook now with the flashbang, weighing heavy on that overhook on the far side, making Dom Marfan carry him like a wet jacket. Turns out beautifully, but eats a knee straight up the pipe tee.
That was a huge knee. Reversal for Marfan now and an elbow over the top. Tim Rogers getting out of danger desperately there. Marfan picking up some momentum here in the early stages of round one.
Had a real good connection there too with the right hand and the knee to Dom Marfan. Good elbow over the top from Marfan. Driving in, burrowing in with his head, trying to get his hands connected. S-grip, high crotch single, and drags Tim Rogers down into his world. And this is where he does his best work, Big T.
Bread and butter for Dom Marfan. Let's see if he can put some jelly on top of that half-guard sandwich. which Tim Rogers is currently stuck in. He can't stay here for too long now.
No, can't stay on the jam sandwich too long. He's up against the fence now in half guard. And Don Marfan, with 2 minutes to play, he'll be content just to wear on Rogers here. He's an experienced grappler. He's improved so much in the transitions, but remember, he made that statement during the week that he predicted a doctor's stoppage in this fight, so expect those elbows to fly. He really makes his intentions really clear and focuses on them, and does Don Marfan. He's got a good underhook on the far side. That'll allow him to do some damage now in half guard with the left hand. And no space for Tim Rogers to escape because the cage is preventing him creating any room out there towards his back. Doing well now, transitioning to a butterfly. Might try and elevate here, Tim Rogers. He's a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so well versed on the ground. But now he has Don Marfan and Mount on top of him with a minute to work. Elbows rain down from Don Marfan. It stops the onslaught just to control the position. Good patient attack here from Marfan. Another elbow slices and dices, chopping away at the South Australian. And again with the right, doing some real bad intentions tonight from the street Buddha, trying to exact some karma on Tim Rogers. Postures up, trying to expose the back now. Is Don Marfan. He's so good there when he gets a sniff of your neck. 30 seconds to play. Don Marfan hammering away with the right hand. Z-guard for Tim Rogers. Can he elevate, try and get a sweep, or will he try and see this one out? Don Marfan passes once more, looking for the back now. Also an option for an armbar. 10 seconds, clappers go, Big T.
Final seconds of round number one, but it's Don Marfan that doesn't want to see a second round. The buzzer goes. We'll see round two. And there's a few questions to be asked of Thomas Churchill. I think everyone except Street Buddha understood that that was the end of the round, Matt.
Yeah, he got his hands up. He was ready to pack up and go home and get the party started, wasn't he? A really dominant showing in the first round. The latter part of the first round from Don Marfan. As we look at the Jitsi Club replay, Tim Rogers, the flashbang, showed just how dangerous he is as he tried to launch a stun grenade in the direction of Don Marfan and do his best work with the hands. Look at this work in the clinch from Marfan, kneeing straight up the pipe, straight up to the chin of Tim Rogers. Then they're chopping away with the elbows. Beautiful elbow, just parrying the lead hand down to Tim Rogers and chopping away.
Tonight's Quarter Camp proudly brought to you by Proper Number 12 Irish Whiskey. Plenty of action to catch out in Western Australia for Eternal 87 going down at the HBF Stadium. 3 Eternal Championship fights, including Alden Bates taking on the winner of Lachlan Stitt and John Vake from tonight's main event. The hottest prospect in Australian MMA, Harry Webb versus Dave Martinez for the vacant lightweight title. Alongside the return and the trilogy to be capped off between Jack Becker and Aiden Aguilera, round 2 here on the Gold Coast.
I've got a feeling that Don Marfan might try and stamp his authority here in the second round early. And he's got the body lock. This is a good opportunity for Don Marfan to drag it down to the ground. Good knee off the left side from Don Mar. He might look, he's going to have to transition here as Tim Rogers adjusts well. We're going to pick up the single leg. Marfan, good hip position, allows him to knee and chop an elbow over the top. Don Marfan deadly with the elbows tonight. Hands locked underneath. Right in front of us now in the commentary booth. It's Don Marfan in the driver's seat with almost a full round to play. Good head position, head above the head of Tim Rogers, preventing any access to his butt. In half guard once more. The butterfly inserted from Tim Rogers. Might look to elevate here. Don Marfan does well to nullify that butterfly hook. Right underhook in place and hammering away with the left hand. Chipping away. Tim Rogers just looking to defend this now. Not a lot of urgency showing from the bottom. Don Marfan and the driver's seat, absolutely. One hand out the window. A little bit of Barry Manilow playing on the cassette tape. Chops down with a good right elbow. Mean intentions from the street Buddha.
Great position for Dom Marfan. And the storyline for this one was youth versus experience. But the young man from Team Compton Training Centre. And I remember Blake Richardson actually alluded to this a few months ago, the last time we saw Dom fight. Those two losses against now UFC Dana White Series contender Quillen Sol killed, aging very well when you see how much progression Street Buddha has made.
Yeah, absolutely. Just from fight to fight, just getting so much better as he looks to bring the referee in now, and it's done. Balance is restored in the lightweight division. The Street Buddha is back, ladies and gentlemen. What a finish.
What a way to do it here on the GC. Southport Sharks, stand up for your men, the Street Buddha. Victorious in round number 2 as he hands Tim Rogers his first defeat of his career. Tim started the matchup incredibly well, landed some big body shots early on in round number 1, but round 2 began where it all ended in the first, and Dom Marfan, no need for doctor's stoppage here tonight. Thomas Churchill says he had seen enough.
Yeah, no need, but it's a bloodbath over here where the fight was finished. As we look at some of the action right in front of us as we're deep in conversation there, Big T. Man, we look good from a bird's eye view, but so does Dom Marfan. Look at this. Look at the blood just leaking out of his head. Surprised there's anything left in Tim Rogers. Just mean intentions tonight from Marfan. Featherweights on notice. Wow. Look at this. Beautiful pinpoint elbows, and with the likes of Elliot Compton, experienced Muay Thai veteran, he'll be no stranger to where to place an elbow to slice and dice and draw a little bit of blood.
Well, the excitement continues, and no doubt that man right there will be excited to head back up home along the M1 to the south of Brisbane. And you can see Tom Nolan, UFC lightweight contender, in the corner of Street Buddha. Fight stats tell this story. Again, that ground control time from Street Buddha proving to be the beginning of the end. A near perfect fight for Dom Marfan. Let's go inside to Blake Richardson to make this one official for Street Buddha here on the GC.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge has called a stop to this fight at 2 minutes and 6 seconds of round number 2. Declaring your winner via TKO, Dom Marfan.
5-2 for the young prospect.